Okay, my name
Clap
is
her
Claire.
cheeks.
That's me clapping my cheeks.
Okay, thanks.
My name is Claire,
And I'm Molly.
and this is Book
Stupid.
Stupid.
Why
Welcome.
don't we say it at the same time anymore? You're weird about it.
I feel like you're being weird about it.
I thought we just say it. We just say it with our chest.
Oh,
Book
you d-
stupid.
I think I'm pussyfooting around it. It's on me. I'm getting shy.
And why?
I don't
Episode
know.
12 of season 2. You're losing your
I'm
nerve.
starting to get a little shy. I feel a little exposed all of a sudden.
I said that at work the other day. I said, oh no, I can't set up that meeting. I'm shy. And someone turned around and went, fuck you.
Wait, what was it that we were saying a few weeks ago about you? Like, she we were like,
What was it?
she doesn't like to, she's very private. Molly's so private.
She's very private. Oh, don't ask her about that. She's very private.
She can't set up a meeting right now because she's so private about that.
I'm actually
So-
really private about that matter.
It's something like Beth's due at work, and you're like, you're actually violating my privacy right now.
So, right. I couldn't possibly give you a work back calendar because that's private.
That's private, and you're actually crossing my boundary.
Yeah.
So,
That's
speaking
right.
of boundaries, do you want to talk about your new therapist?
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I did a
Sorry to
first
do
session.
HIPAA.
No, literally, I just hesitated because I was about to say her full government. I was like, oh, you mean bleep it.
You mean she's at this part in my neighborhood? Get out those maps.
Okay, quite literally, in her pitch to me, like, let me be your therapist. She goes,
Yeah.
I raised my kids on 84th and Madison.
Get out those maps.
Get out those maps. And I'm not saying how near or far that is from me, but it was.
But
It felt like
it's-
her saying, like, "Hey, I'm an Upper East Sider.
Yeah.
I get this. I'm a rich one.
Yeah. I'm sort of
okay.
aspirational for you.
Right?
Something you can
Thanks.
kind of build towards.
Yeah. Thanks. Bleep it again.
Ben is like, oh,
Kill me. Yeah. Well, so we did like a very brief, like I have my insurance up in front of me, and then I have like a few other tabs to look up these names on LinkedIn, see if
Of
they
course.
have personal websites. You gave me
Yeah.
good tips. You were like, you're gonna want to see a picture of them. if you came up.
I was like, you gotta have LinkedIn open because something they're not telling you about like being in your 30s is that all of a sudden therapists are like 22, and like a lot of them are 22.
Uh-huh.
And
So scary.
they-
or 95.
Yes, those are the only two options.
Yeah.
And you have to figure. I'm cooler with 95. I cannot have a 20. I don't even know. I like feel for those therapists because it's like, who's going to you guys? Like,
Other 22-year-olds, and you know what?
Should be.
They need it.
yeah,
So
yeah. It should
Good.
be like for like they should just talk to each other as like training for one day because like yeah. Anyway, go. So you're doing
I'm 30.
3 screens.
I'm not going to talk to I got my 3 but I actually can't do the 95-year-olds. I was mostly and granted, I'm looking on the Upper East too, which
Yeah.
does skew 95.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I can't listen to a boomer tell me about like how I should be less whiny about the economy.
Yeah.
Fuck you, boomer.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I found this one therapist. I loved her alma maters. I thought that was kind of fun. I resonated
That is
with
yes.
just like a number of kind of like personal details about her. I was like, okay, I think she might rock heavy with me.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. I then call the listed phone number on Aetna,
Okay.
and a few rings. Hello? Who is this? I'm like, okay, I'm Molly. I'm looking for bleep it. What's going on?
Yeah.
And she goes, well, that's me. How? And I was like, I'm so sorry. It's just that your cell phone number is listed on Aetna.
Yeah. Like that's on you. Bleep it.
Bleep it. Yeah. And she's like, you wouldn't even believe what. Okay, I know what happened. You wouldn't even
So,
believe.
and you're saying this woman's not 95?
No, no. I'd put her in her, I don't know, 40s.
Yeah,
No,
perfect.
Late 40s, hot.
Perfect.
Maybe early 50s, but keeps it high and tight.
Yeah, a
Okay.
hot 50.
A hot 50.
Spring 50.
Yes. And in that first call, you might say, Molly, you had all the signals you needed to like choose a different path, because she's going, it's the number listed is this way because I lost my phone. Apple tells me it's fine. You find it, you can use it. Okay, great. I find it, I use it, I get hacked. Can you believe? I'm hacked yesterday. And I'm going, yes, all day long. I'm like, I actually think you might see me.
Exactly.
And we could build something beautiful together.
Because honestly, she sounds like me.
Like yes.
And you.
So, right. So I'm like, let's book a session for next week.
Let's
and she's like,
get
great.
a beer, even.
She'd be like, let's just skip to martinis, shall we?
Yeah, totally, she would.
Yeah. We had our session, our first like actual intake.
Yeah.
This week. She, I think, talked probably 60% of the time, and I talked 40. Intake session, right? Like it's like, tell me about you. No, wait. Listen about me.
Yeah. Yep. Mark is an
Okay.
amazing therapist.
Totally.
It's good to know everything about them.
Oh my God, I know about her mother-in-law. A lot of beef. The ex-mother-in-law. Seems like a messy but lucrative divorce.
I'm thrilled.
Congrats. Yeah. But she, like, in 45 minutes time, found a way to, like, call me a fat size 4. Also, before she even agreed to the first session, she goes, well, what do you want to talk to me about? And I was like, I'm just kind of looking for an ongoing, I like generalized anxiety. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's going, oh, great, because I don't do trauma.
Like, I love her. You know, she probably hangs out with my podiatrist. Like, very, like, whatever, girl.
Whatever, girl. It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. I'm gonna lose your body parts at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
And it's not my business to know stuff about you.
Oh, what? We took a biopsy and we're meant to keep track of it?
Yeah.
Fuck
No.
you.
Fuck you, go to hell.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like, and then
Bleep
bleep it. And then generally she just kind of was like her net summary of our first session was, so like, you know, you've kind of just always gotten what you want in life.
She's like, not enough trauma. She swung back to, where's the trauma?
Okay. We
Yeah.
don't really know each other, but okay. That's interesting. I'm going back. I have another session next week. Yeah.
Molly was like telling me about this, and she was like, is it like really bad that I'm like not like immediately cutting her off? And I was like, I went to a therapist for 2 years who like didn't know my siblings' names and like made me go to her apartment to pick up a book about like how to trick men. And it's like advice I still use. So
She was actually awesome. Yeah.
that's the thing. These people, like, they're not like, it's so hard to get the perfect therapist because like everyone is ultimately they're human. So
Oh, right. And I guess I'd sooner have someone who insults me but tries something than someone who's just like, okay.
Yeah.
And? Okay.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Like, now I've had, I don't even know how many therapists I've had. And I've had such a range of, like, my last therapist was, like, so heavy-handed. Well, no, 2 therapists ago, the one who made me pick up a book at her apartment was, like, so heavy-handed where she was like, don't text him, you're being a stupid. And she was, like, 70. Loved her.
You're kind of playing therapist right now too, aren't you? You kind of are the voice in someone's ear saying, don't text him, you're being a stupid bitch.
Oh, yeah. Like, unfortunately, Carol's advice to me, my ex-therapist, was like really formative, and it's like now kind of how I treat men. And then also
Smart,
like
it works.
On top of being like taking her advice, I also hate men, so like it really is actually very easy to ignore them.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of playing puppet master in a current like
Someone else's
budding romance.
budding romance. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. First date today.
I can't wait for the report.
I can't wait for the report.
Yeah. And what's kind of fun, I think, for you in this dynamic is you get to be the boy. You get to influence.
Yes, because, okay, so this is two gay men for reference. And I was initially giving our friend advice that was like what I would do as the person being pursued. And then it clicked that our friend is the pursuer.
Yeah.
And I had to
the unwilling pursuer. He wants to be
he
pursued.
He preferred to be the pursued. And he literally, wait, I forgot to tell you this. I'm like texting him like, okay, now don't text him. And he was I was like coaching him through this encounter. And then the guy stopped like responding to him. And my friend texted me and was like, I can't believe you do this to people. You're horrible.
Not people, boys.
Boys, not humans.
No. No.
But yeah, it is fun to be in the driver's seat. But
I'm
so much
happy for
pressure.
you.
I don't like it. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Though I'm really excited to hear the results of your experiment today.
Me too. I will say the text that I crafted was so good. It got a response within a minute.
You are a sick fuck. Yeah, we are so lucky you're not a boy.
Honestly, yeah.
Really scary for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, but I could never, because like if I were a boy dealing with like, I would never, I guess then I would be evil if I were a man though, because I'm like, I would never treat women like this.
If I were a boy. Gorgeous. How about a weather report?
I would love to give you a weather report. Also, like, it is so hard for me to be doing Riverside because I look like a hoarder anytime I move my body, because I've got about 11 bags hanging up behind me and my laundry and the suitcase that I can't talk about. Anyway,
I was wondering where you're going to put that huge check suitcase.
It's going
under the bed.
It's going.
Eventually?
If you're listening, I'm pointing, it's going in that vertical storage that I'm pointing at right now, where the dollhouse is. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to be roommates.
Oh, that overhead storage is so much bigger than I can even imagine.
And I actually have overhead storage here that could probably fit it too. I actually don't really have anything in there, so it'll probably go in there.
That's crazy. That's such a nice asset.
I know, but then so I gotta get the ladder out. But I'm never gonna use this
ladder.
Again. Of course.
Okay, gay.
I'm a single woman. Of course I have a ladder.
Okay. Nice.
Anyway, weather report. This is what's going on in my life. It's spring in New York and I'm having beers with friends.
I know, that's right. Say more on that.
I literally, like, yesterday was such a casual day, but so nice. We had plans to kind of take a walk, so we went to Carl Schurz, which is near the East River. Get out those maps. Closer to me than to Molly. Get out those maps. And we did a walk around there, and then it was perfect because I was going to Astoria on the New York City ferry. So
just hop right on.
And it was just such a beautiful day yesterday.
You guys might be familiar with the 92nd Street ferry stop. Is it
91st? Close enough. And you literally barely have time to get your ass cheeks to a seat because then you're in Astoria.
Yeah, right.
It's so
better
strange.
not to sit, just stand.
Yeah.
You literally just cross the East River and that's it.
Yeah, it's just a functional bridge.
Yeah.
And then it's like still a walk to dance from there, so I got a nice extra walk in.
Nice.
And then I had beers with friends outside, which was so nice. The sun was like just enough, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to a fun birthday party, had tacos, and then met up with you and other friends to have more beers.
And
Can
then
you
when
think of a better day?
I can't. But when you met us finally for more beers at night, she kept referring to at my first event tonight.
I did, I was like, people
to the point
at my
where
first.
All of us were like, we get it. We're your second event. Yeah.
I just like so many interesting conversations happened at the first event that I wanted to reference.
And not a lot of interesting conversation was happening at the second event, so I had to just keep remembering first event.
Yeah, it was just I was trying to like make it fun for you guys, make it feel like you were at first event.
No, I appreciate that. It
Yeah.
was good to be caught up on first
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, but I'm so happy we're at like outdoor beer season.
I
I'm just
know.
like, it's Jesus is risen, and so am I.
Yeah. I'm just like a little antsy right now.
You're antsy.
Generally, I don't feel
You've
great.
got ants in your pants.
I've got ants in my pants. I'm
You
just
should
like
tell-
not
Bleep it.
bleep it. Yeah. So I think it's like it's part of this larger existential feeling.
Okay.
But the weather is mirroring it back to me where it's still just
Oh.
a touch fucking too cold.
Yeah.
Where I'm like a little uncomfortable and I'm being asked to pretend I'm not because everyone's like, it's beers outside time.
Everyone,
Like,
Siege.
everyone. It's like, oh my God, aren't we so happy that it's spring? And I'm like, well, actually, I'm still really cold. And,
Yeah.
and I just wish it were like 70, not 58. Okay?
I kind of feel you. I think because I was in Paris recently, and it was spring there and still so lovely, which like, why is no one talking about how Paris is so green?
Why is nobody talking about the most pressing and urgent issue to me?
Which is that Paris is so green and you guys tried to hide it from me.
Totally. Yeah. Yep.
But it was kind of chilly but still lovely there. So
I
I think,
covered that you were in Paris? Yeah.
like
No?
briefly. Yeah, it was cool.
It was green.
It was great. It was really freaking green. I felt that way
I
about
love that.
Ireland too when I went there. I was like, it's
Well,
so
Ireland's
green.
famously green.
I know, but I sort of thought it was like that. I feel like they talked about too much. Where I was like, it can't be that green, and then you get there
Gotcha.
and it's like actually really green.
Right. Totally.
Anyway, that's I get what you mean though.
Yeah.
Like you're ready for summer. You're ready to.
Spring has never really sat right with me, if I'm honest.
Well, I used to feel that way too, especially because we both have birthdays in the spring. But then, literally, I was like, it sucks that we have these birthdays that are on days that like everyone wants it to be warm and it's always not, and it's frustrating.
Sorry
and don't
to
know
disappoint you with my birthday yet again.
exactly. And then I read Jenny Slate's book. And she has the same like birth week that we do, and she wrote this whole chapter about like basically romanticizing that time of year. And I was like, wait, this is hitting. And so now I'm embracing spring.
Is that what you included in
Yes.
your latest Instagram
Birthday.
carousel? Yeah.
Yes, it's like a little snippet about how this time of year is like the meeting of hot and cold, and like.
Cool.
It's sort of like I actually love it. There's this whole she goes into this whole thing about like the crocuses, I think it's a type of flower, and like tulips, and how like these flowers start to show up now even though it's cold. And she does this whole thing of like somebody always has to go first. I go first.
That's cute. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and it really like, resonated with me, and I decided that I would adopt that approach as well.
Oh, I
So
love
now
that.
I'm into spring.
You are that approach. You go first.
So are you.
Yeah. Well, I'd also say like this is also seasonal where there's a deluge of Aries oriented content.
Yes.
And well, obviously, I think our algorithms feed it to us, obviously. But it seems like every day I'm reminded by the internet, like, hey, you were born to be fucking insane.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you have a personality disorder. You have like
You're a leader, but no one will take you seriously because you're so
you're a
aggressive.
child.
Yeah, you're a child. Yeah.
Yeah, it is like everyone is afraid of you. But like good for you.
And no matter what, this is how you are because you were born into it. So good luck.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's fine. And it's true. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's always so interesting. Like, I get a mixed response when I tell people. I think you probably get like, and I mean this wholeheartedly as a compliment. When you tell people you're an Aries, I think people are like, yeah. And when I tell people I'm an Aries, sometimes people are like, Are you sure?
That's crazy.
And I'm like, no, I like really am.
That's a good litmus test for people, whether or not they really see you.
That's true. Yeah, because sometimes people are like, and I'm like, oh, then you don't get it.
Oh, you've fallen for how private I am.
You fell for my Aquarius moon, you idiot.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of the problem. I think my whole chart's
Your whole
fucked
chart is
up.
super. Your big three is like really powerful, but really scary.
Very, yeah. It's personality disorder.
I think it's really powerful, but it is like you've got probably three of like the most intense
Never stood a
signs
chance.
in your big three. So
It's why I've yelled at everyone I've ever loved.
yeah.
Yeah. But again,
And I love that about you because I see that and I'm like, yeah, you either don't say your feelings or you yell. Those are the two options.
And that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, ultimately I am feeling hopeful, like a tulip growing in the cold, ready
Exactly.
to welcome the warmth.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
With that being said, do you want to shift into like content, or do you have anything else you want to sort of get off your chest?
Do you want to talk about the reno, Lily?
I almost can't because like talk about a personality disorder. Like I actually, so for those of you who don't, this was like the first thing I talked about on the podcast and then like completely dropped it, that I'm in a sort of long-standing fight with the house that I live in, because like I love my apartment so much, but I can't, like, and I don't want to leave it, but it is it is ultimately a railroad apartment on the Upper East Side, so it's really hard. Like I've never gotten the design right, and about a year ago I like developed psychosis where I said I was doing a renovation of my apartment and I was up at like 2 a.m. every night like sketching out, and I was like, it won't work.
The only time we would get texts about the reno was at 3 a.m. And it'd be her with a tape measure just sending numbers. And this wall is this many inches. And you're like, okay.
You're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay. And then like, and this still stands. I started calling my living room the parlor, and I started calling my bedroom the great room. And like, if you don't get it, I can't really help you. The parlor is about, as I said yesterday, it's about sex and conversation. And the great room is about, what else did I say?
Smoking.
Cigarettes. Yeah, it's also about cigarettes. That's like aesthetically it's about cigarettes, not necessarily. I'm trying to be better. And the great room is sort of about like rest, but also glamour.
Rest and glamour.
Rest and glamour. And so I really committed to this about a year ago, where I had about a notebook full of different sketches of what I was going to do, and then I was like, wait, I don't have any money, so I stopped. And then now that I go back and forth on the economy collapsing, and I'm kind of like, who cares? Let's do the reno.
I'm like, let's spend the fake digital money before it's hacked.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes, before Iran. I don't know if I should say that actually.
Before Iran.
Yeah. So the reno is back on, and I do think that's kind of a spring. I'm like, it's a spring cleaning. It's a spring activity. Yeah. So I'm going to take it slowly.
Meanwhile, she's like, I need to buy this couch now. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm sold on the couch. She's like, that train has left the station. If I don't buy this couch now,
yeah,
I'll die.
I was showing at my second event last night. I was showing like a slide deck of my plan, and Molly kept being like, it's just, I'm not sure about the couch. And I was like, the couch is the reno at this point. Like, it all starts with the couch and ends with the couch. Yeah. We can't get rid of the new this is the couch. Get on board, or like lose my number.
I'm on board. Okay. I'm on board. I noted that the couch kind of looks like the pelt of an expensive Frenchie.
Yes, which I thought was so funny. It's a dark couch, which is tough because it's a small space with very little light.
It's a gray velvet, let's be clear.
Yes, it's a gray like velvet. But it's just the only option. I'm
on board. You don't have to lose my number. Okay.
Okay, cool. Because this is it, baby. It's happening.
And I think it's going to be really comfortable and really luxurious.
I think so too. But there's a lot to still figure out with the parlor. So just like, we're back in.
Yeah.
And it's going to be ugly.
Move that bus.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, like, a big part of the reno is like, where is my gumball machine gonna go? Like last night, everyone was like, well, where will the gumball machine go? And I was like,
We're
completely,
concerned.
I don't know.
Well, you've got a credenza that you're planning to hold a coffee machine, a bar, a record player, and your
and the
gumball
gumball machine. It's
Yeah.
sort of like the 4 core principles of the room right there. We've got
You're
sex,
right.
conversation, eccentricity,
Right. Yeah.
and culture.
And culture.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sold. I just worry about the credenza being big enough.
Being structurally, like, sound.
Sound. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you and me both. And it's actually a sideboard, not a credenza. So,
Sorry.
but yeah,
Sick.
more to come on that.
All right. Great.
Yeah.
Well, then, what have you been consuming?
In my parlor, thank you for asking.
Are we calling it the parlor before, or does it only become the parlor by virtue of the reno?
No, the beautiful thing about the parlor is that the energy was always there. It's like we're doing like inner self work.
We're
with the
taking
room.
her glasses off.
Exactly. Yes, we're doing
She
Via
was
Thermopolis
always-
to the parlor. Yeah, the energy was always there. It's just sort of like, how do I coach it out of her?
Yep. You're Paolo to the
I'm
parlor.
Paolo. Yeah. But I have been watching. Well, I just finished this past week. Watched Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen on Netflix, featuring Adam DeMarco as the main boy of the couple, and
Because every couple has a boy and a girl.
a girl. Okay, even if there's a chaser and a chased. But and then the woman from Daisy Jones and the Six, not the one you're thinking of, not the redheaded one.
No,
the
the
brunette
one who dated Leo until she turned 25.
She did?
Yeah, Camilla?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
She was like
fascinating.
his longest standing girlfriend.
That makes sense. She's got the look. She's got the
Yeah.
look.
She does have the Leo look, and her mom also dated someone big.
So she's
kinda-
Nepo?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. I think her mom
Interesting.
dated a stone.
A stone.
I can't remember. Like a Rolling Stone. I can't remember who though.
Oh, probably Jagger.
Probably. I'm not sure.
Anyway, it is.
She's
made by
beautiful.
Cammy
And
or the
cool.
mom?
Cammy.
Yeah, I agree. And she's a good actress. I also really like her vibe in this because I think it's proving to me that she's a good actress because in Daisy Jones and the Six, she's kind of the cuck.
Yeah.
And then in
But
this,
she was Emmy nominated for that now.
was she?
I believe she was actually.
That's interesting. She was very good in it, and then I think in this she's sort of like edgy, cool girl, in a way that's interesting. But it's made by the same people who made Stranger Things.
Boo.
I know. Yeah, and it kind of shows. I really like the beginning is like it's this the two of them are driving to their wedding.
Okay.
And it's just unsettling. There's unsettling energy in the car. They stop at a diner. She seems to have like kind of like she's a bit psychic. There's something and
Okay.
she always feels like something is off. She always feels like something very bad is going to happen. And then they get to like a parking lot and they find a baby in a car. And then eventually they get to the house where he was the like vacation cabin where he was raised, and she's very unsettled. She's like, it's very unsettling to watch, which I really liked because I like creepy shit.
Yeah,
So
this would turn me right off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it late at night, and I even had to do a palate cleanser after. That's how
Whoa.
like it was
Okay.
unsettling, but I liked it. I was like, "This is creepy. I don't know what's going on. I like
Up
it."
your
Like,
alley.
something very bad is apparent. Like she goes to a bar and meets this guy who says, "Like, are you sure he's the one?" And then she ends up stabbing him, and it was like, "Oh, this is intrigue. I don't know what like is going to happen. I like this."
Okay.
Then I don't know at what point I want to say like halfway through the series you kind of get the reveal of what is going to happen to her, and
Spoil it to me, but that's the
will.
warning. She's about to do it.
Yeah, spoiler
Yeah.
alert. She finds out through this guy that she stabbed at the bar. She ends up like finding him again.
He's
And
fine.
He's fine.
It was just a superficial wound.
He's immortal. I should say that. Yeah, awesome. And he's like, you really need to find out if he's the one because your family has been cursed. And if you accept a marriage proposal from someone and you married him on your wedding day and he's not your soulmate, you will immediately die.
She,
yeah.
Oh.
Or if you leave him because you think he's not your soulmate, you pass the curse on to his entire family tree. And then they have to
Does she still retain the curse, or does she truly
she then
pass it on
immortal,
to him?
Because that's what he did. This creepy
guy.
I
wouldn't want that.
Well, yeah, so she's like basically, and I really respect this about her, she's like, I'm gonna marry this guy. Like, that I don't have an option. Like, I'd sooner kill myself, essentially, than like pass this on to a family tree.
So I guess like it's less about that for me. I don't want to be immortal. I envy the corpse.
Same. We'll get to I envy the corpse because that's our new phrase in our lexicon. But yeah, I mean, it's a very easy decision for me. So that's where first of all, like the reveal, it was interesting, but it's like those stakes aren't high enough for me, I think. So then it was really hard to carry that premise through the rest of the show because it was kind of like, okay, she really only has two options here. Like there is not gonna be like a significant twist, really.
Right.
Like either she dies or everyone. Like, and then it did raise, but it was also like kind of a half-baked commentary on marriage, like where it's like marriage is choosing someone whether you think they're your soulmate or not, I guess. But it was like, I don't know, it's just I feel like it was trying to do something and it did not stick the landing.
Yeah.
But I did think, because I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if someone asks you like, do you think that this person is your soulmate, and you can't immediately answer that question, I think you've kind of already answered the question.
Yeah.
Like if there is this like moral, if you're like worried about dying, like that kind of has answered the question for me. What do you think?
Though it is an added layer of pressure where I think I would second guess things that were quite clear just because the stakes are so high. I would overthink something that was quite obvious even. But I also wonder about the premise of this whole magic system. You know, I like to lift the hood up.
let's break down the magic.
Does it assume there is a single soulmate?
It doesn't really specify.
Because that to me would add a whole lot of like instability to the calculus. Because I'm like, well, if there's one person in 8 billion that I was meant to find, I don't know if I did that. But if this person satisfies the definition of soulmate for me, and maybe there are many that do, that would feel more comfortable.
So they didn't break that down, and that would have been like an interesting thing to include. It was just sort of like, you have to decide if they're your soulmate or not. And like, to me, it's like not like marriage is a decision, soulmate is not.
Interesting. Okay.
I feel as if you and I have had this conversation before. I feel soulmate is a real thing.
Same.
And I feel like platonically I have a lot of soulmates in my life, and like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
there are many.
If we're using that definition, which like I just will because they didn't provide these rules in the show, like you either know or you don't, is how I feel.
Yeah. No, you're right. So okay, so it's clear that in all of her deliberations, she probably doubts that Adam DeMarco is.
Yeah, so I'm like, then he's not your soulmate. And also, the other thing I find flimsy about this whole thing is, like, this is a generational curse. Her mother died this way.
Could not agree more.
Like this is, you knew, and nobody's making you get married. So it's fucking flimsy. Like,
yeah. Also, did her mom live long enough after, or did she have the baby before marriage?
It's like a very traumatic scene, honestly, where like she's pregnant when she gets married, and she then immediately starts to hemorrhage, and the father like cuts the baby out of her.
Ew, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
This show is like made in a lab for me to not watch.
No, yeah, you would not like it.
Oh God.
But like, and then her whole childhood, she's like told this like cautionary tale about her like, and the mom, even like before she got married, was like, well, I'm not sure about this because of this curse that I'm under. And it's like, well, you never had to get married.
And why is nobody really talking about it before you accept a proposal?
Exactly.
After which point you have a few options. No, that's
like
insane.
It would make more sense if there were like, and I guess this is us just kind of obsessing over the rules of the magic, but it would make more sense if like this is something you can't know until you accept a proposal or something like that.
That would make
like,
sense. More sense than this cockamamie shit.
And then it was just hard for me to root for. I was like, it was hard. Because when it felt like something bad was going to happen and I didn't know what it was, I was like, this is interesting. And then when I knew what the bad thing was going to be, I was kind of like, all right, like, my jollies are off.
No, right. And
my
that they'd
wicked
gotten
jollies are off.
And that they had built your wicked jollies to such a high height.
Yeah, and I was like, okay,
sucks.
It's just marriage? Like,
yeah.
Which then I'm like, are you trying to make a statement about, like, marriage? I don't, because if so, I don't think you're landing that.
So what happens?
She ends up like finding out about, like, making this potion that will like, she's like that even if he's not my soulmate, this potion will save us both. And then Adam DeMarco ends up like leaving her at the altar and being like, marriage is a farce. Like, I don't believe in marriage, and like we should just explore this, like we should continue to love each other without like getting marriage involved. And then she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I did all of this shit to make sure your family wouldn't go deal with this. And so then he leaves her at the altar and basically gives his whole family the curse. And then this
did she ever tell him explicitly what the stakes were? Like,
yes, because she finds out like while she's staying with his family, and then it becomes, there's also like all this other shit about how like the brother actually witnessed, it's like the death of the mom. Like, it's weirdly
Adam DeMarco's brother.
Yeah, it's weirdly interconnected in ways that are never really explained.
Got it.
Which I think is trying to set it up for a second season. But I'm like, so then Camilla dies too, but then ends up coming back to life, and now she's immortal and has to bear the old guy did die, and she's now the bearer of being the person to tell people about this curse. Really weird.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So Adam DeMarco knows he's cursing his whole family.
Yeah, it really is just like he's an idiot. Like, everyone in this show is just like kind of an idiot.
What a jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is ultimately quite frustrating to me. I think
I just found it very flimsy, and like,
yeah,
I'm like, if we want to have a conversation about soulmates and marriage, let's have a conversation about soulmates and marriage, but you guys kind of botched it for me. So
listen, I think it's pretty hard to set up like a truly durable magic system.
Let's get the dragon expert in here to diagnose the problems.
Okay, so actually it's a nice tie-in to something I need to talk about content-wise. You asked me last episode if there's anything more I needed to say.
This feels like vows. You asked me once.
Do you think we could be forever?
And I didn't know, but then... Okay, sorry, I'm done.
And then I realized there was a curse on my family.
And I just kind of had to choose you.
I hope I don't die.
Love you.
Okay, no, you asked me last week if I had anything more to say about the Artifacts of Ouranos
I did,
series. After
Gun to my head, if you had asked me what was the name of the series Molly was reading, couldn't even close to get there.
I read thousands of pages of the series. I had to look up the name of it before this episode.
That is so
washes over me like water.
Yeah.
I finished it. I finished book 4. Okay. And I actually do have 2 more things I need to say.
Perfect.
Okay. So, speaking of durable magic systems.
Okay.
Page 404
of
661, book 4 of 4. there's like they're trying to land. So it's so convoluted at this point in the series. There's like a royalty system, like different fealties or like kingdoms within the continent, and then
Okay.
there are there's like a divinity system. There's a
Sure.
god, and then there's a layer of gods even above that. There's hierarchy to the divinity
To the
of it all.
gods.
To
Okay.
the gods. And then the exchange between the gods and the royals, who are somehow elevated above the mortals and the other fae. They're immortal.
Okay.
It's all the interchange is it's so confusing because like now book 4 we're crossing into the next plane, we're coming back down, we go into the underworld, we're coming back up. It's like really convoluted. And
Okay.
end of book 4, we're trying to kill the goddess who rules over the entire continent, who
Okay.
ultimately has very little power because she's just like the figurehead for the gods above her. Great, fine,
course.
whatever. But she's been
A woman
a bad
taking
god.
the brunt.
Yeah, exactly. But she's been a bad god, and like there are all these rules about what they would have to do on the earthly plane to kill her.
Okay.
So again, this is page 404 of 661. Quote, I nod. I'm not sure if that really makes sense, but it doesn't really matter. This is like about like how to kill the god. And I'm like, that's this series in a nutshell.
That's hilarious. That's a lawyer saying like, I'm just gonna cover my ass here. I don't really know if this makes sense, but
not sure.
just know that I'm in on it. I'm not really sure what I did here.
That's not allowed. You're the
No, it's
author.
not.
You can't be like,
Completely-
I'm not
no.
sure if that really makes sense.
No,
but-
you have to, it's like in comedy where it's like, you have to believe that this is funny or real for me to buy in. Because now I'm like, wait, who's driving?
Who's driving?
Yeah.
And listen, there was no like suspension of disbelief to puncture at this point. Like I was like, yeah, exactly.
You're like, okay, you broke the fourth wall and you're right.
I'm like, yeah, completely. But at the same time, you're not allowed. Okay,
You're
and
not
then
allowed.
The only
And then
other
now
oh,
I
sorry.
feel silly for reading this book.
I felt silly from page 1 of book 1, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I'm being a jerk about the Artifacts of Ouranos, but I was
I
like,
think it's allowed once you've read like 3,000 pages of the Artefacts of Ouranos to be a bitch about it. So
it really, I was like, okay, you've made such complicated rules.
yeah.
And the rules are the like forcing function for a lot of the conflict or like, propulsive plot points in the books. And I'm like, yeah, but the rules aren't stable. So like, I can't really believe it in the plot, but whatever.
Right.
Okay.
This is like sort of my experience with the Catholic Church.
right. Yes. that. But it's like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Don't want to go to
Just-
hell.
Cross yourself and carry on. I mean, yeah. So that was like kind of my like summary assessment of Artifacts of Ouranos. It's a direct quote. I'm not sure if that really makes sense, but it doesn't really matter.
Like, I'm having a good time, but it
Yes.
doesn't make a lick of sense.
Yes. But then the other thing, thought of you, of course. There's a just terrible nickname introduced between
Okay.
the central romantic pair. It's the guy's nickname for the girl. And I think it's introduced maybe in like book 3.
Okay.
Lightning bug. So I just pulled just one quote for you. I thought
Yes.
you'd like.
I'm reading it right now. I'm sorry.
You know I get hard when you're violent, lightning bug. Yeah.
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 So, a lot to unpack there. I actually don't hate I get hard when you're violent. It's the lightning bug for me that actually takes me out entirely from that.
Agreed.
Because the sentiment is kind of hot, but then
Sure.
it's like, is lightning bug violent? I don't really believe that lightning bug is violent.
It's that. It's the tension. It's the dichotomy. You can't be calling this violent, self-possessed hero lightning bug.
Here's the thing. I'm not sure if that really makes sense, but it doesn't really matter.
Lightning bug is a pet name on sweet magnolias.
So true. Even
Like-
Firefly would have been better. Like,
Yeah.
because Firefly is sort of like, ooh, she's like sharp and spicy and like
Yeah.
electric.
Yeah.
Lightning bug is like lightning bug.
I get hard when you're
When you're violent, lightning bug.
Will you itch my mosquito bite, lightning bug?
Now do a moment on will you itch my mosquito bite.
Will you itch my mosquito bite is canon in my family.
And thereby for me as well.
Yeah, you're part of the family.
Yeah.
When I was quite young in youth soccer, the younger sibling of one of my teammates approached my mom on the sidelines. Apropos of nothing, said, "Will you itch my mosquito bite?" My mom said,
God.
"No, where's your parent? Get out of here."
Lightning bug.
Lightning bug.
Lightning
Yeah, no.
bug. I will not be itching your mosquito bites.
Sorry. So I
Yeah.
think that's it on Artifacts of the Ouranos. That's all I'll ever say about it.
Yeah, I can't actually stop looking at, I get hard when you're violent.
Lightning
Because
bug.
even if they just took out the nickname, that works for me. I honestly think we
I know.
kind of need to do away with nicknames. Unless it's like, I love like last name.
Of course, yeah.
But
If it's a nickname heard in the wild.
in life, that's
Yeah.
It's so true. I think people think because they're doing magic, they can say shit like lightning
I
bug.
know. But there are those really weird couples who call each other like bubby, booby.
Poopy? Poopy pants?
Poops. That's one I saw Poopsie in an Instagram story today
Ew.
from someone we went to college with, calling her husband that.
Get fecal matter out of the bedroom is what I have to say. Get fecal matter out of your love life. Unless
That's
it's your
exactly
kink.
right. That's right. Or you need an enema and your trusted lover is going to provide it for you.
And that is the book Stupid Promise. We will defend your enema in court.
Yeah, that's right. We learned how to
We
do
did.
an enema last night at the second event from our
So
dear
you can
friend
see why I
Natasha.
preferred the first event. I'm just kidding. Wow. So are you done with the Artifacts of Uranus now?
Yeah, thanks. I am.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we
Yeah.
can close the loop on that.
Finished
That's
it
huge.
yesterday, and that's enough. Yeah,
That's enough of that.
that's quite
Lightning
enough.
bug.
Lightning bug. What else you got? What else you been watching?
So I did want to tell you, because this is like a perfect scenario for you where like you would not want to watch this, but you will love to hear about it.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah. So I sort of have a special interest in the Mormons.
You do.
I love any content about what the Mormons have done that's like evil. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
And there's a lot there. And it's also just Mormons are really interesting to me because I went to high school with a lot of Mormons. Randomly.
Really?
Or not a
I
lot,
didn't
but
know
like
that.
there was like a small Mormon community in my hometown. And I was pretty good friends with two.
Pennsylvania? Is that a Mormon enclave?
Not really. They all,
Okay,
both of
I'm
these
thinking
people.
of Amish, I think.
You are thinking of Amish, and it is. There's a lot of Amish. Not where I live, but like
No.
30
Western.
minutes outside. Yeah. But like also these two Mormon girls that I'm talking about moved to my area like while I was in high school, so maybe it was a burgeoning Mormon enclave. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they were the nicest girls I've ever met in my entire life. And so I've always found the Mormon community so interesting because it's like there's a lot of darkness and also a lot of light. So lightning bug, if you will. And
I will.
yeah, there's there's the banner above heaven, banner under whatever, and then there's that was really good. And then the documentary I think on Netflix called Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey is deeply disturbing.
Yeah, you've told me all about that. I hate that.
That's about the rise and fall of Warren Jeffs, who built this community in I think it's called Colorado Creek or something, Utah, or I don't know if I'm getting that right, but it doesn't matter. And he he was a sociopath. He had about 80 wives, many of them underage girls, and he was basically running sex trafficking of young girls
Yeah.
within the Mormon community. And he would be very like, they call it impressions. Like, I had an impression that I should have sex with your daughter. And you should watch. And like, God wants that, whatever. And like, you know, this is such a secluded area and such an intense religion that like these people end up taking it as fact. And then there's also this element of Mormonism being like a very much like misogynistic culture where like the women have to do everything the men say. There's really not like, that's where like watching both of these documentaries, you're like, you kind of want to blame the adult women, but then it's like, how much can you really blame them? So anyway, Warren Jeffs got taken down, I want to say like 10 years ago, but then there was kind of this power vacuum, and I didn't realize that this happened, but there was another like guy who occupied that power vacuum and like basically did the same exact thing on a smaller scale. And part of the reason he was taken down was because this woman named Christine, I wish I knew her last name, but Christine and her husband Tolga, she's this like wacky little gal who wears like all vintage clothes. She's like probably in her 50s. She's like nutty. And she's had like 40 different jobs. One of them was like puppeteer. She had like a puppet show for a long time. She has her like master's in cult psychology. She's just a weird, and she was raised Mormon and ended up sort of in a similar situation with a false prophet she refers to a lot, where she spent years of her life being like sex trafficked. So
oh my God.
She's now in this like really healthy, cool marriage with this guy Tolga who like makes music videos. Cool. And she basically is like, I want to move to Colorado Creek. Like, I feel this like pull to move there. We should move there. Where this like pretty much the only people who live there are this like Mormon community.
Yeah.
So she ends up moving there and starts befriending like a lot of the women of this circle. And she's like a very like genuinely beautiful person, where she's like, I think that this community is so stigmatized, particularly the women, and I want to be like a safe place from the outside world for them. So she starts becoming like real life friends with a lot of these women. She helps them set up like a store so they can sell things and like have financial stability, because they're also in this time where there's like a lot of instability and whatever. And then she starts catching and then at the same time she and her husband are like, we're filming a documentary just for like to like show people that there's like good here. Basically, she's like, I want to expose people to like that there is goodness in this community. But then she starts realizing that this guy Samuel has filled the power vacuum left by Warren Jeffs. And so she starts infiltrating that slowly, and she becomes this like person that they can trust and talk to. And like from the outside it looks like they're really happy, but it's like, how can a 10-year-old be happily in this situation, whatever. And then there's also a lot of these, so he's got these like young wives, and then often their mothers live with him too, because he like basically like acquired a family. Like, it's weird how these men like it operate, obviously. So like he recruited a couple of men to be in his like sect, and then part of that is like you basically like give your family to him, your family of daughters. And then he of course started sex trafficking them. But there's this really like beautiful part in the show where one of the mothers, like Christine, goes over there and she says something very casually about like, do you guys ever like say no? Or like, have you ever like thought about like saying no to like, what is it like when you say no in this? Like, she's like realizing she has to start like, she needs tests because she's working with the FBI on the sly, but like she needs like clear testimony from like children that this is happening, basically, because like our country is fucked. So she's like trying to make herself available, and then all of a sudden this woman Julia, who's the mother of some of the women in the house, starts just like coming over to her house and like hanging around, and Christine is like, I think she wants to talk to me. And then finally Julia, like, she's like, Julia, like, you know you can talk to me. And then they have this like big, and she's like, yeah, I really need to talk to you. And it turns into like, because this woman was the whistleblower and like is able to work more closely with Christine, they are able to take him down. And it's just incredibly moving, because men are literally so evil, and it like takes women forming community to like fix that or like
Yeah.
make a change in that. And like that is the thing that's, and then it's like she also is the person she's working with at the FBI is a woman, and it's like a very like, I don't know, it was just very moving and I loved it.
Yeah.
And it was really sad also because like all of these women's lives are like kind of fucked now.
Yeah.
But
that's
like
hopeful.
yeah, and it's just
like,
interesting like the space this woman occupies too, Christine, of like being this trusted person who ultimately does have to betray them. And it's like they are living in like their whole world is betrayal and manipulation, and like she has to be that too, which is really hard.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
in an ultimate effort to help them. But
Yeah, and she says that. She's like, one day they're going to be grateful for this, but like for now, this is just like a nightmare.
oh my God, that's
Yeah.
so heavy.
Yeah, it was really good though.
It's also
I
like
continue
I
to be
love,
fascinated by Mormon.
totally. I also just love stories that are like people kind of like exercising free will to like meaningfully make changes
Yeah.
for others.
No,
it doesn't
that-
fucking have to be like a national stage. It has to be this is a
Small
community
yeah.
that I understand. I can
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, totally. And
And
like
so I
also just
will.
like it's cool to see someone who's like lived a life so interestingly, even like be like she and her husband gave up like really stable careers to just like, you know, fuck off to this random town because she felt called to it.
I know. It's like when you described her 40 different,
Yeah.
career turns, it's like, it's almost like you do have to, I think of that as a symptom of unconventional,
Yeah.
like thinking or exercising thinking. And it's like few people are willing to break with
Yeah.
like, the
I-
comfortable conformant path.
Yeah, and like I think if you're a person who feels called to live like an unconventional life, like it's important to sometimes like go with that rather than like try to force yourself to be something
Completely.
you're not, because
Yep.
like you like I'm a little woo woo this way where it's like you will step into your power when you follow the thing, like the things the universe shows you. Sorry,
couldn't agree
I got
more.
very woo woo there.
No, I'm with you. And I also think when
Yeah.
you're being called to something unconventional, it's often to change what is
Yeah.
conventional. Like I
Yes.
think
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
yeah.
There needs to be more different kind of
Thinking.
thinking. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, women continue to just be the superior. Oh, also, this is where I got the phrase "envy the corpse" because at one point Julia, the woman, is like talking about how hard this is, obviously, to like be tricking her daughters and like her sister wives into like ratting on themselves, essentially. And she's like, "I gotta be honest, I'm envying the corpse right now."
Like there's an actual corpse.
Just like she means like generally, like I envy that, like I want to die.
I'm envying the corpse right now. Yeah.
And I was like, that is immediately going to be something I say a lot. So, look forward to that.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Uh-huh. Damn, I'm
yeah.
so glad I don't have to watch it, but I'm glad you told me about it because I do feel inspired by that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is just so, like, fundamentalism is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, it is, like, God, it's just so complicated. And there's no, like, you want to let people live their religious freedom, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but you guys are, like, doing sex crimes. So.
Right. It's like, I think you have more grace for
Grace.
like you're more curious about fundamentalism.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm so dismissive. I'm like, I don't care if you're not doing sex crimes. You're such a like,
You're
you're
nuts.
so, yeah. What's the word I'm looking for? Not like fervent, but like
deluded.
You're so extremist. Yeah,
Yeah.
deluded that like I don't think.
And even if they're not doing sex crimes, they're doing like crimes against women generally. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Miss me with that.
And you watching anything lighter, maybe?
I'm actually not really watching anything right now, though. I look forward to watching again. I love television.
I look forward to watching again. That's beautiful. Now that you're done with the Artifacts of Uranus. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
every time I go to say that, I have to go, the Artifacts of, like, read it off of the notes.
Uranus, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I turned to what I felt like I needed to as a palate cleanser after Artefacts of Uranus wasn't like television. It was like, I think I need to read something that's like contemporary literary fiction and maybe prove I can. Like,
I so feel that. Sometimes when I read too much smut, I'm like, I gotta read like, I don't know what's like, contemporary fiction, like something that the New Yorker would talk about.
right. And so what I turned to was Grant Ginder's So Old, So Young. Have you heard any buzz about it?
No, I don't think so.
It's, you know, like making the rounds. It got a good deal of fanfare, I think. I was having drinks with a cousin-in-law recently, and she went to Penn with him. They were friends. And this book, So Old, So Young, is about a group of college friends, like from immediately post-grad through like their mid-40s, as far as I can tell. I'm only like 25% of the way into it right now.
Okay, loving the concept.
Yeah, right. I mean,
yeah,
locked in for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just drops us in at different intervals along that timeline. And it's good. I mean, so I was intrigued. Also, my cousin-in-law was like, I was like, are you in it? And she was like, no. But then she's also like, well, there is like this one friend who then like moves to the main line and has these kids and is older.
Has my name.
Like, right. But I think that's really interesting. And he makes it's very overtly like a group of college friends from Penn. He uses his alma mater. He uses the cities that they lived in. Like, it's very like, we're in New York and then one of us went to London and then spent some time in DC. And like, it's very like, I think referential to his own life, though I don't know that he goes so far as to like have direct character allusions to specific people in real life, but it's good from what I've read so far.
Okay.
It's mean. It's meaner than I thought. Yeah.
How so? I love mean.
It's just these characters feel mean.
Well, you know, I get hard when you're violent, Grant Ginder. Sorry.
And I've never read anything else by him, but The People You Hate at the Wedding movie, I think what lost me is I expected a rom-com, but it's actually like pretty brittle, mean people.
Oh, it's just like nasty girls.
People being kind of nasty, yeah.
Okay.
And it's interesting. You're like, I'm seated for this, but there's no one so far I'm really rooting for.
It might not really be the palate cleanser you were going for.
And listen, it's good. I'm locked in. But yeah, and then the timeline jumping it's good for creating stakes and like it brings you to the edge of your seat more, right? Because I hope this isn't a spoiler, but it's the very, very first chapter. It's one of the central characters flying back to New York from London at like 45 or 43, let's say. I think like Grant Ginder's current age. And her seatmate's kind of harassing her, and she brings that conversation to a quick close when she says she's on her way back to New York for a funeral. And it's clear it's like one of the friends.
Oh, this is really interesting.
Yeah. So that's also, looming over us as we read.
Right, like, which of these nasty bitches is dead?
Right.
Okay.
But I remember also Catherine Walsh being like, oh, I never write people from real life. And I found that so interesting and honestly very, I was like, okay, you're operating at a level that I can't even access.
You are a creator of characters.
Yeah. Because like,
in a way
no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good segue into the writing exercise we'll talk about today, where we're writing conflict. And what I wrote, like, I'm not actually sure it fits into my book or not, like, but I'm kind of bringing it back to the studs because Catherine was like, find your characters first and then do what your characters would do. But even then, in this conflict scene I wrote, I had such a specific real life reference for who the girl is in this.
Okay.
Like, so many degrees removed. It's like a family I've heard of 3 degrees removed, but like, all the same, like, I'm very referential. It's hard to just like come up with a totally novel person.
It is. What I'm kind of following, I don't want to say I'm doing what Catherine Walsh is because I'm not operating at that level at all, but I am just sort of trying to, and I think I not to jump. I like. I guess I will kind of jump in because we're talking about the exercise. Like, I do. This was doing stuff like this is clarifying about who the people are.
Yeah.
So it is kind of like she said something that kind of stuck with me was like throw a situation at them and see how they'll react, and it will show you more about who they are. And so this was kind of a good exercise for me to be like, okay, I know that this conflict has to happen. Let's throw it at them and see how they take it. And what I figured out, can I say what I figured out about my main character?
Please, yes.
She's an evil bitch.
Awesome.
Like I want her to be very cunning and very cutthroat, and like I think she's gonna look like the nasty one and he's gonna look like the really nice guy.
Awesome.
But I don't care.
No. That's
and I've said that before, that I want her to be kind of unlikable, which I don't think is a thing we see a lot in romance novels. I think like the characters are usually very likable.
Yeah.
And I am making her unlikable. And like it's just interesting writing, because the scene I wrote is sort of, it's like, I don't have Save the Cat in front of me right now, but it's a plot point.
Okay.
It's, I think, like Dark of Night or whatever, like, which I'm not, to be clear, like I'm jumping around.
Yeah.
That's just what's working for me right now.
Yes.
Is like jumping around and writing scenes and then like kind of stringing them together and changing it as I go.
Yep.
So this was good because I was like, okay, how do I square this woman who is being an evil bitch with who she is, how I introduce her at the beginning? You know, those two people right now are kind of different. So I got
get her there for sure.
I do, but this is like useful. I'm like, and then like even I wasn't really sure, like to your point about like I'm not really my plot is a mess. My plot's a fucking mess. Things are gonna change. This scene, like I don't even know, but like even just saying like, okay, I have to write the conflict here, like it shows you what the plot should be and how like you can shift things around to make that plot point happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I found this really helpful actually, and I was like, I'm glad I jumped to a conflict late in the book, because like that, like I think it will help me write the middle stuff better. If that makes sense.
Total sense. Yes,
because I know what they're working towards now.
Yes,
and I know who she is at the darkest of time, like who she is in her darkest moments. So I can now kind of work backwards from there.
That makes total sense. Know where you're like anchor at the beginning, anchor at the end, so to speak, and then like it's much easier to work backwards and forwards.
I mean, I say that now. It felt like an actual like, and again, like God, every time I sit down to write this book, I'm like, I guess I'm gonna play Wordle for the first time in a year, because I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like, especially with like when we were tackling something specific, like writing conflict, I'm like, I just don't want to do it. But then I do it, and I'm like, this was super helpful.
I know. If we only just did that more.
Yeah. And then it's like today, I did this today. I'll always be super honest with the pod listeners. I did it today.
Same.
And I was like, I can write 500 words in an hour if I just focus.
I know.
So,
like, it's not funny.
And it's. So, I don't know. And then I also, like, I think something I'm kind of struggling with is, sorry, I'm talking so much.
Not at all.
Is the B plot. And, like, I think figuring out this conflict and how she is going, I might even just write the end of the book right now. Like, I might keep cooking here. And then, like, because once I figure out how she handles this conflict, I think, because, like, this is where I feel the B plot usually comes in strong, where it's, like, she goes home to figure herself out. Yeah. Or like whatever that like thing she does in the dark of night, like, and then once I figure that out, I can weave that B plot in throughout the rest of the book.
Yes.
So
that makes total sense.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
So that's awesome. I'm loving that for you.
I'm always so positive about it, but like it's not going well.
Also, I celebrate the progress. Like
yeah, we celebrate the struggle.
We celebrate the struggle, and I'll just say, it makes me feel no type of way that I'm in a very different place than you.
Well, so also we talked to, do you want to say it? Because I'm also kind of with you there, where I could go where you're going. And I'm not really sure what to do.
What Catherine Walsh shared with us really helped me. It's only productive. It's only good. But when she was saying, if you know your characters well enough, if you have strong enough perspective and persuasion about who they are, then like the plot comes easy. We all know how romance books go. Like if you consume them the way we do, like you don't need to keep referring to Save the Cat because you know it in your bones. So like
so true.
Keep throwing stuff at the characters.
I forgot she said that. That was good.
Figure out and the characters will tell you what happens. And she said, you know, there were plot points I would plan and then I'd get there and I'm like, I know my character. They would never do that.
I kept thinking about that too. I was like,
So I realized I don't have strong enough foundations to be pressing on. I gotta get real with my characters first.
Okay.
And I'd been really stressed. It's liberating because I'd been stressed about plot and hitting all of the notes you're meant to hit.
Yeah.
But like by prioritizing that, I was subverting character development, which really is what I read for, what I think I like writing best, like what I actually like about this project. So it's like, great, maybe we take it back to the studs. And I don't think what I did like is necessarily lost work. I think there are some plot developments that I will still keep.
Do you think your essential idea or like concept will remain?
I do think
it's more the writing you're stripping down.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
Yep. Just because it's not character driven. It's and that's what was weird about it. I'd read back my pages and I was like, something just isn't working about this. I think that's it.
That's what I like about writing scenes because it's like really dialogue heavy, and I think we said this in the Catherine Walsh episode. Like that's what I like to write at this point in this process. It's where I think like I have the most fun, and it is like as Catherine was saying, it's where you learn the characters, their voices, and their voices are who they are.
Yes.
So
right, that's where we're going. Which is all to say, I'm back to basics. And for today's conflict exercise, I didn't feel confident enough. Like I think what I'm writing is like a conflict that could happen earlier in the book.
Okay.
But I treated this exercise as a way to. It was an exercise in finding my protagonist. So like I'm trying this on. I'm like, is this part of how she would react to
is this her?
Yeah, and I don't I don't know necessarily, but I was trying this on. That's all I'll say.
You're trying on new hats.
Yes, and you know I love hats.
I really do. Yeah, and I'm struggling with stripping my studs plot wise. Like I like my characters, I think.
Great. Yes.
Still getting to know them too for sure, but like I think I've worried so much about plot that I've created sort of a monster plot that I don't really think is I think I'm doing too much plot wise.
Okay.
But I need to get more into it. But I don't want to get so deep into it and then throw it out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I mean maybe the essential concept will just change. I don't know. And then also I really think that writing a book is like a constant rewrites.
Yep.
Which is tough and something you just have to kind of accept.
But no, I think writers often say the writing is fast. The writing goes so fast. The editing is slow.
That's what Catherine said. She said she's a really slow editor and a really fast writer. Yeah.
I've heard that a few times over in interviews and whatever. And I think I could be fast. Like you're saying, 500 words in a minute. Yeah, but it's like I'm putting the burden of editing on the writing, which it doesn't seem like successful authors always do. It's like
I think we are editing while we write, which is like. It's just not successful. Yeah. Which I'm trying to free myself a little. I'm trying to just write right now.
Same.
And we can always fix things after the fact. Is how I'm currently.
We're not writing in blood.
No. With that being said, do we want to share what we wrote?
I'm willing to. You know I'm always willing to share with the stupid heads.
Definitely one of my worst pieces of writing I've shared on the podcast to date is what's about to come out to you.
Okay, great. How about you start?
I will go first. I will be brave. I go first.
You go first, Tulip.
I am Tulip, yeah. Okay.
And I'm Lightning-bug.
You're Lightning-bug and I'm Tulip, baby. So my conflict happens late in the book. It's like dark of night or whatever, kind of. At this point in the book, she, again, don't ask me for plot specifics.
I won't.
What I think is going to happen is that she is going to basically kind of like backstab Zach. And she's gonna like see this opening where she can get what she wants, so she makes this like trailer for the show that's like really nasty,
Okay.
and sends it to like leadership and is like kind of does it covertly and like whatever.
I love.
So
Hell yeah.
and so the premise of this scene is that he has found the trailer and he's watching it. Okay. Again, writing is terrible. It happens in slow motion. I walk into the studio and see Zach with my version of the trailer pulled up just as the clip of Brian storming out of the locker room plays. I turn to sneak out, but Zach hears the door creak and says, "Not so fast. What the fuck is this?" I close the door but stay facing away from him. I'm not ready to see his face when he realizes what I've done. "It's a show that's going to get renewed for a second season. That's what it is," I say, turning to face him. I laugh even as I try to avoid making eye contact. I don't even have to look at him to sense the betrayal he's feeling. "That's interesting, because from where I'm sitting, it looks like a hit piece," he says. "A hit piece? What is this, Succession?" I shoot back. "Stop. You know what you're doing here. You made these guys look like jackasses, Nell. I made these guys interesting. I made them relevant. I made a trailer for a show that's going to put this team on the map, Zach." "Okay, who's doing a Succession impression now? Have you forgotten that these guys and their wives and their kids are your friends? Don't be naive. This is a story, and I'm telling the story that will sell this team. Trust me, they'll be grateful when the stadium is full next year. They're not my friends, and I hate to break it to you, but they're not yours either." Zach goes silent and stares at me, a crinkle in his brow like he's finally seeing me for the dreadful bitch I am. I'm surprised it took him this long to figure it out. "What are you doing right now, Nell? We don't talk to each other like that. We may be really different people, but I respect you, and I know you feel the same way about me." He pauses and looks me dead in the eye. "And I know you. I know you're ruthless and you're smarter than anyone I know, but you're also better than this, and you're hurting me. But you and I both know that the work is more important than how you're making me feel, so let's talk about how we can fix this before we send it off." It's my turn to stare silently at Zach, and I'm silent because if I start to talk, I'll cry. I clear my throat. "Well, you clearly don't know me because I already sent it, and Doug loved it. He wants me back in New York this week to discuss how we're going to promote the show. See you back in the office." I turn around and leave Zach standing in the studio alone.
Siege. Whoa. You're a dreadful bitch.
Did I plagiarize the Succession thing
No, what?
from
No.
you?
And no. You're a dreadful bitch because that's really good.
Oh, I don't know.
And see, like, it is.
I also did some editing while I read that. I always do that.
But it so comes through that you do know these characters down because the way
I don't know.
he comes at that conflict is it's so specific. It's so grounded. Like, he's a communicator.
Yeah, he comes off so well, I think,
does.
and I am kind of struggling with that.
But I'm also obsessed with
I'm
her
a
reaction.
misinterest.
Well, of course, yeah. But her
Yeah.
reaction is so good. Like, she is on like the razor's edge of like breaking down. She does feel all kinds of complicated emotions about what she did. But to just coolly deliver, like, "Then you don't know me at all," is so good.
I feel like this is a classic plot device, and like thing that happens is like backstabbing bitch.
I love it.
So I kind of just did like, I don't know, my take on that. But
I love it.
well, thanks. I don't know. Like, obviously we'll probably, but I like this as being like the conflict of like she kind of goes behind his back.
Yeah.
And then like she has to make it up to him. Like she kind of is the groveling.
Uh-huh.
And then I think he's also good, but I think where I'm going to take it is that like, and again, this is where the B plot gets confusing because like, what does she do when she leaves? Like, I have to figure out what happens there.
She'll figure it out.
She'll figure it out, and I think I want her to be sort of like meet him where he is, but I want him to kind of meet her where I want them to meet in the middle where he's like, "I'm still gonna be nice to you even though you're a fucking bitch."
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
She doesn't
because
have
I
to
love
become...
men like that who are
Yes.
like, "You're so evil, I love you."
Yes. I couldn't agree more. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so into that. That was a great scene. Are you kidding me?
Well, I think you're being too nice. But
No,
thanks.
I'm not. I'm a dreadful bitch. Whoa, I really love it. Also, that is like the sweet spot of miscommunication conflict where like one party is like, it's not like both of them are like, I'm private.
I'm private. You're so this isn't really like we won't communicate. It's like we're communicating. In fact, I'm a bit of a bitch.
It's so good. Oh, I really, really dig that.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna read the hell out of this book. I'm gonna lick my fingers between every page.
I don't know, man. I'm really confused.
It's gonna be so good. I see it clearly. Like,
I like the characters and I like the premise. It's the details I'm freaked out about.
I'm so giddy. That scene just like tore my ass up.
Oh my god. Well,
Yeah.
let's put your ass to get back together. And
You better stitch my ass back together. You better give me an arc right now.
an arc. Oh,
Advanced reader copy.
I wish I could. I could give you an arc of about. I'm not going to say the word count, but I could give you an abridged arc.
It's so good. These characters jump off the page.
Oh, thanks. I think she's so different from who she is at the beginning, so I have to square that. But we'll see. It will show. She will show me how to do it.
She will.
Yeah.
And it is. I think it's like you have your hands around her now. Like if you were writing into her before,
more than I did.
Yeah, you know her
more than I did, for sure. All right, your turn.
We know her.
boss.
We love her.
She's a bitch.
She's a bitch, like the best of us are.
She's a bitch. She's
You
a
know.
lover.
She's a firebug, lightning bug.
She's a firebug. I love that.
Okay, here you go. And again, we're not even sure if this fits into my book. We'll figure it
Doesn't
out.
matter. Let's hear it.
All right. They've been 5 feet from each other for hours, him on the couch, her at her desk. She's been hopping from saved post to saved post on Substack, treating each think piece and long-form essay as a lily pad, suspending her above her own thoughts, a pond of generalized worry. Whenever she stops reading, she finds herself sinking into the murky waters and staring blankly at the wall, or pulling up Instagram but registering nothing as she scrolls. He's playing Rocket League with his headset on, piercing their shared silence with explosive shouts from time to time. Otherwise, they've said nothing. She's been watching the hours tick up at the corner of her computer screen, her phone screen, her iPad screen. As it gets closer to 6, she grows more restless and abandons her reading altogether. It's just Sunday dinner. Just show up on time, with the right bottle of wine, wear real diamonds and nothing too trendy, stay quiet and apolitical, save for one charming anecdote, this should wink at the taboo, clear the dishes while the others retire for a cigar. But her body's anticipating a good meal in a formal dining room like the starting line of an Ironman, and her pulse is so loud in her ears that she doesn't hear him at first when he says, "You going to be ready soon?" He has to repeat it twice. Huh? She turns to make sure that he's looking at her. He is. I asked if you're ready. We should leave in 15. No, not really, she answers. I'm feeling really anxious. It's then she notices that he's pulled back the headset from only one ear. The other remains covered by an earmuff with a microphone spiking out towards his mouth. Are you on mute? He rolls his eyes and reaches up to click a button. The headset glows with a red light it didn't have before. This feels like a tangible issue to point her sweeping bad feelings at. This feels like something she can yell about. And so she does. Are you fucking kidding me? The question comes out low and biting. I think it's reasonable to expect that I'd be able to talk to you in our home without a hidden audience of 3 to 5 fucking guys listening in. By the end of her sentence, she's raised her voice. Chill, I just hadn't muted yet. A wave of self-loathing washes over her at his counter-argument. No shit, that's the crux of the issue. She accepted long ago that being with him would require constant concessions to his family and their social strata. She was embarrassed to find over time that the job also included pretending he was something much greater than he is. And of course, it's not just one unmuted headset. It's live on the receiving end of a secret conference call, everyone in on the joke but her. It's constant tests, no matter how many times she passes. It's the culmination of her choices burying her. But she doesn't have the strength to exhume herself tonight. She holds her breath for as long as she can until her chest burns, and then she wordlessly stands to get ready for dinner.
Man, you are a poet. You really are, like, so you write such beautiful prose.
That's nutty.
No, it's true. You're like, your writing is so like contemporary fiction. That's such like a that's a reductive way but like it's just so beautiful. I loved the part where you were like, there's something about the conference call. What was that line? You're in the joke you're not in on.
It's life on the receiving end of a secret conference call. Everyone in on the joke but her.
That was like, ouch. Just so moving. I really like get the emotional depth of your characters, which I really appreciate. Seriously,
I purposely
I'm being
didn't
for
name
real.
them because I don't even know who they are.
That doesn't matter. It really it doesn't matter. It's like I understand them. I understand her struggle, her issue. Yeah. And like these are very real people. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm exploring motives at this point. Like I think this kind of thing could happen earlier in my book when she's still with the wrong guy.
Okay. All right. That's what she's with. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking I can kind of reframe that. There's like, I have this reference in my head. It's like the girl who is self-possessed is totally self-sufficiently successful in all of these like traditional and objective ways. But then this family has such a skewed perception of their own. Like they're very insular, they're very like closed rank, and this like mediocre one of them, this man she dates, is like so unimpeachable in their eyes, and like they just like continually ridicule her for like choices that aren't like they think she's so gauche in ways that are like actually really not
normal.
Yeah. What doesn't square for me necessarily is like why she would accept that, because I think like I think it's like you make these choices and then you're in too deep, and it's like even if you can logically understand sunk cost fallacy, you're like still subject to it to some extent, and then it takes like that's what I was trying to explore in like the very end of it, where it's like she just like doesn't have the energy to exhume herself, but like knows like it's kind of like she wasn't paying attention as these costs stacked up, and now she feels a little bit like paralyzed.
Underwater. Yeah. I think you can honestly like include like a line or two in that really like succinctly, like, you know, I feel like there's something you can do where like it wasn't always like this, like, you know, like or like it's a little bit on the nose, but you can definitely weave something into like to this that would get there. I think
because I think this snapshot in time, this is a woman who so clearly hates him. And so it's kind of like, how would the kind of woman I think I'm writing get herself in that kind of situation? But I think you're right.
It's like that's a thing that happens that's like if that didn't, if you will be able to write that because that exists.
It does. It sure does.
So like,
and I think no spoilers, this is already clearly quite bad, but I think what's going to push her in the end, like initially I had him breaking up with her because like the family pressure was
kind
like,
of interesting.
How to I think I might even raise the stakes. I might have him cheat on her stay, and then he breaks up with her.
Wow.
Because I want the family to be like, if like you cheated on her and she stayed, she can't have good motives. And he's like, you're right. Like totally absolve him.
Wow.
And also use it as additional ammo against her, that their perfect little boy also cheated on her. And somehow
she's
it's
still
her
the
fault.
villain.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But then it's like I'm really piling on, and I'm like, how much can one woman take?
That's gonna be. I feel like that will be hard to make her keep her super compelling.
Yeah.
And also make her such a punching bag.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because also that's just like not. I just can't imagine you writing a character like that.
I know. I'm just trying stuff.
You're trying stuff. We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying stuff.
We're letting the woman show.
Reveal yourself, girl. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I like writing dramatic scenes.
It is. Yeah. I did think this was going to be hard for me because I was like, I like it when they flirt. And it was hard, but it was like fun still. So.
Right. Like when Catherine Walsh was like, it's hard to write like arguments for me. I don't like it. I like flirting. That's the fun part.
Yeah. Right.
I think literally I like fighting more than I like flirting.
Well, for me, they're kind of one and the same.
Totally.
So.
Yeah. That's good too. Yeah.
Cool. Well, this was fun. I'm glad we did this.
I'm glad we are writing. That's
yes. Literally. Yes. It's so nice to write the book.
It's good to write.
It's good to write the book.
Yes.
Do you want to do most romantics now?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Can I
you
ask
have to
you?
go first.
Oh?
No, you have to go first
Okay.
because I went first for this thing. What's the what's the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
Okay, mine is, as always, kind of dark too.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's the best romance when it's a little sad.
This one's weird though. Like it's
Okay.
just weird dark. So I was heading down to meet you for your second event of the night, my first.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding everyone.
Yeah. And I was on the Express Green Line. The 4 wasn't running this weekend, so it was a 5. But I got on the Upper East Side. And where we were meeting, I had to take it to Union Square, then switch over to Local for like one stop, and then walk and meet you guys. So I'm like, great. I know this like the back of my hand. Perfect.
Yeah.
I take the 5 down to Grand Central, and they're like, get off. This train's done. And you're like, okay.
And you're like, whatever, another day in hell.
Yeah, right. And then I got off at Grand Central. So yesterday morning, sorry, stupid heads, if this is how the news is breaking to you, there was
Yeah.
an incident on Grand Central
Yeah.
platform where a guy with a machete did some stabbings and then was shot by police. Not great.
Yeah.
That was happening on the Uptown Green Line. And so I could see that whole area was like corded off.
Yeah.
But I'm not really thinking.
Right.
And this is already very convoluted, most romantic. But I get off the train numb, like a dumb cow. I'm just like, sure, whatever. I'll wait for the Local to come through.
Yeah.
But as I'm stepping off the train that's just done running, it quit for the night.
Yeah.
Some people are still trying to get on it, the people who'd been waiting at Grand Central. And there's,
Okay.
I'm not exaggerating, an 8-year-old in a Mets jersey who's the most New York kid I've ever fucking seen. He's like a little
Yeah.
meatball guy. And he might have been the Rizzler. We'll never know who the Rizzler is.
Yeah.
So.
Impossible to say.
But he's just going, train's done, no more. Don't get on the train. That one's out of service, okay? Out of service. No, don't get on.
He works for the MTA now.
Literally. And his parents are standing next to him like, this fucking kid, whatever.
It's like he can't go to the Mets game. We gotta let him have something.
He's like, trains are running atypically today. We all gotta work together. These are unusual
gotta build-
circumstances.
We gotta build community here at Grand
Listen.
Central.
New York or nowhere, am I right?
That's so cute.
It was
and
really
very
cute.
romantic. I love
Yeah,
that.
and the Mets jersey of it all really sucked
Yeah.
me too. I was like, this
Yeah.
kid has only known pain.
Listen,
Yeah.
I love the energy of the Mets. They are my mortal enemy, but
Yeah.
I do respect the hell out of the Mets.
They're kind of fun. Yeah.
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 And Mets fans, I respect you guys.
Yeah, but they're rich, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Hi,
but
baby.
still poor in championships.
I
I can't even make fun of them. My team is so horrendous.
Well,
I love that.
What's the most romantic thing that happened to you?
Okay, so mine is I was gonna say we were just chatting earlier. I was gonna just make conversation about this, and then I said save it for content, Claire. My most romantic is last night at my second event. I met up with Molly, Natasha, and Meredith for drinks, and we all got progressively toastier as the night went on. And Natasha is a rare instance of a friend I've made. Natasha and Meredith are rare instances of friends I've made post college in adult life that are like real friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And
me
at
too,
this
by
point,
the
it was
way.
just yes. At this point, it was just you, me, and Natasha. And Natasha, she's like getting toasty, and she keeps calling me Siege, which it's romantic to me when people start to feel comfortable to use that nickname, because it is so like. It is. I respond to it like it's my real name,
Of course, yeah.
and it is like it's what my it's you have all you don't call me anything else, so it's
Correct.
very like it indicates like really close friendship to me, and like it's like almost like it's like lightning bug. It's a term of endearment for me. So. And I'm never gonna be one of those people who's like, call me Siege, because like you can't ask someone to call you your
No,
nickname. You know what I
that's
mean? It has
strange.
to be organic.
Yeah.
So I just always love when someone like does that though.
That's really sweet. I
Yeah.
love that.
Like
That's
I've always
very
loved that,
romantic.
like because not everybody like Julia, who's known me forever, like, she doesn't know me as Siege, but every once in a while she'll throw a Siege in there. And it always makes my day when someone does. I don't know why. Yeah.
Meanwhile, it is like literally all I call you. And so anyone, like my family has only ever called you Siege.
No, it freaks me out when you call me Claire.
Yeah.
Like, it literally freaks me out.
Mittens has only ever called you
Never
Siege.
called me Siege.
Yeah, he doesn't know another name.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things I don't even really think about.
Yeah.
But then, like, when I hear someone who doesn't usually call me that, I'm like, oh, that's cute.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
I hope Natasha feels the same way, because I have really leaned on Natty lately.
True.
I love calling her Natty.
Me too. Yeah, that's so true. Because sometimes it's like it is just like when you reach a level of friendship that you it's like you just feel like you can.
Totally. Oh,
So,
that's really sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, made my little day.
Yeah.
Really sort of had event 2 pulling ahead of event 1 there.
Which really is so impressive, because you were like, God, I wish I were still at event 1 for most of the night.
I was really hyping up event 1. So.
Yeah. Hector is sitting at my feet right now, and he just said, "How's Siege?"
He said, "I don't know, Siege. I would never call you Claire."
Aunt Siege.
Or Siege.
Do you want to be Bear to him, because that's your aunt name?
No. For your progeny, human and other,
Starting with Hector.
For your progeny, starting with Hector, I am Aunt Siege.
Okay.
And
perfect.
anything else would be fucking weird.
Would be fucking weird. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say that to Hector. Don't be fucking weird.
Don't be Hector. Yeah. Well, I wish you gave him that message about a year ago.
Just generally.
Stop
being so weird.
Yeah. I also just wanted, as part of Book Stupid Canon, that you've said your own progeny will call you Siege.
Siege, yeah. I don't want to be... Because I find mom so, like, degrading. Sorry to the mothers of my life. But not degrading, but so, like, I don't want to just become mom.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be my identity. If I have kids, I don't want that to be my identity. I just you can call me Siege. Let's not.
I know I'm wiping your butt right now, but you should really call me Siege.
You should really, like, talk to me like an adult. Come on.
A friend. I think we're friends. Me
pal,
and my child.
A colleague, even.
But it's Siege to you. Yeah.
It's Siege.
On that note.
It's Sunday night in New York City. Time to wrap it up.
Are you going to the cinema?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're done with you, stupid heads. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.